first choice is Nice. The old town is packed full of shops and lovely restaurants. It's said that one of life's great pleasures is to stroll along the Promenade d'Anglais. Most of the world's great artists at some point lived on the Côte d'Azur, and it seems that around every corner there's a gallery or a museum to explore. Whilst in Nice, why not take a trip along the coast of Monte Carlo? It's home to more millionaires per square mile than anywhere else on the planet. Or if you want, head west to Cannes, to Antibes, or perhaps Juan-les-Pins. My second choice is Bruges. Getting to Bruges is easy. It's just 2 hours by train from Ebbsfleet or from St Pancras, and then just an hour on the local train from Brussels to Bruges. And your ticket is an anytime ticket on the local train. So if you wanted to spend some time in Brussels, then you can do that. Getting to Bruges is easy. It's just 2 hours by train from Ebbsfleet, then an hour on the local train from Brussels to Bruges. Bruges is a medieval masterpiece. It's tight cobbled streets and hidden canals, all there for you to investigate. On your last day, just leave the hotel a little bit earlier. You normally have to check out by midday anyway. And that last afternoon, come back to Brussels for some sightseeing and then dinner, and then catch a late evening Eurostar back home. My third choice is Florence. Florence is cobblestone streets and piazzas, all bristling with restaurants and stylish shops, not to mention the many art galleries, of which the Uffizi is perhaps the finest. A little tip, try and get a time ticket. That way you'll avoid the big queues. A must as well as the Duomo. It's the most recognisable and most iconic of Florence's many landmarks. Make the climb to the very top for the breathtaking view across the city. Florence is ideal for a weekend break. It's just 2 hours from London. And if you want, you can take the train down to Pisa and have a look at the Leaning Tower as well. My fourth choice is Marrakesh. It'll bombard every one of your senses. Yet behind the walls of your Riad, complete calm pervades. Step out into the Medina, shop, and haggle. One of the best ways to see the city is to take a private walking tour. Also, if you've got the time in your trip, take yourself up to the high Atlas Mountains, ideally overnight, or you can just do it for the day, just to get away from the hustle and bustle of Marrakesh. My fifth choice is Verona and the Italian lakes. So Verona, Romeo and Juliet country. How about some opera? During the summer months, take yourself up to the open-air Roman arena. The seats are stone, so make sure that you hire a cushion, preferably two, because you'll be sat there for a while. Combine a visit to Verona with 2 or 3 nights at one of the Italian lakes, perhaps the most beautiful being the town of Bellagio on Lake Como. It's said that you should visit Bellagio at least once in your lifetime. My sixth choice is New York for your anniversary. It's hustle and bustle with tons to see. There are a few must-dos, one being an early evening walk across the Brooklyn Bridge for the perfect view of Lower Manhattan, just as darkness comes down and all the lights from the skyscraper. Take a free ride on the Staten Island Ferry for a grand view of the New York Harbor and the Statue of Liberty. It's a shopper's paradise. Bloomingdale's, Macy's, Saks, and all the high-end stores on Fifth Avenue. You can even now take a coach out to the shopping outlets, which are about 40 minutes away. If you don't fancy queuing for the Empire State Building, then go to the Rockefeller Center. The views are better because you get to see Central Park and then you're looking down at the Empire State Building. Do also make sure that you take one of the many food walking tours. It's a great way to see the city with plenty to eat thrown in. Number 7, Paris. It's surely one of the most romantic places, and it's just 2 hours to central Paris from Ebbsfleet on the Eurostar. There are so many iconic sites, and just for the two of you, how about a romantic dinner cruise along the Seine, and then perhaps a nighttime visit to the Eiffel Tower. The other handy thing about central Paris is all very walkable, nowhere's very far. Number 8, my choice would be Venice. Together with Paris, Venice has to be one of the most romantic cities in the world, with nothing more romantic than the two of you sharing a cornetto on a gondola. Once you've done St. Mark's Squares and Rialto, Try then to get off the beaten track and lose yourself in the many alleyways of Venice. You can't get lost, it's an island. Once you reach the lagoon, turn round and head in a different direction. How about arriving in style? Take a water taxi from the airport. It's about €100, but it's worth every penny to arrive in style. And for the really special anniversary, how about spending the children's inheritance with a journey on the Orient Express? 2 very, very indulgent days on the most famous of trains. Number 9, London. A posh hotel and a posh restaurant, and then a West End show. There's very few capital cities that have as much heritage or culture as our own. When was the last time you saw the Crown Jewels, or took a tour of Tower Bridge? Or how about the Tate Gallery, or perhaps the Natural History Museum as well? My 10th choice for an anniversary would be a short cruise. You can take a short cruise out of Southampton as well. Both P&O and Cunard offer short 3 and 4 night cruises, taking in such places as the Channel Islands, Amsterdam and Bruges. If you've never cruised before, this is your opportunity to find out if cruising is for you.